Hello everyone, welcome to the orientation session for Performance Management exam for ACCA qualification. My name is Fasiha and I am the tutor for PM and SBL at Skans ECampus. The syllabus for Performance Management builds on the knowledge gained in management accounting. It also prepares the students for more specialist capabilities which are going to be covered in Advanced Performance Management, and some concepts are going to be built into the SBL exam. Right, so stepping up from management accounting, it is important to note that this is not simply a costing exam. Costing is obviously a key part of the syllabus, but it sits amongst many other equally important key areas. So there's definitely assumed knowledge in performance management exam from management accounting exam. Many of the management accounting techniques are first introduced in management accounting. So anyone that is exempt from this exam, I mean the PM exam, needs to make sure that they do in fact have the assumed knowledge and that gained the exemption in the first place. Please remember that performance management is an applied skill exam, whereas management accounting is only an applied knowledge exam. So although the performance management exam would usually be expected to contain a small proportion of pure knowledge marks too from management accounting, but it also remains a fact that management accounting topics that arise again in performance management may be examined in a more challenging way in order to reflect the difference between the two exams. Alright, now let's quickly talk about the syllabus of performance management. Your syllabus for the paper is split into the 6 areas. The first area you can see on the screen helps to identify and discuss the information, systems, and developments in technology required for the organizations to manage and measure performance. Area B will explain and apply cost and management accounting techniques. Now, moving towards Area C. So, Area C will help to select and appropriately apply decision-making techniques to facilitate business decisions and promote efficient and effective use of limiting or scarce business resources, appreciating the risk and uncertainty inherent in business and controlling those risks. Area D helps to identify and apply appropriate budgeting techniques, including quantitative techniques of learning curve, etc., and methods for planning and control, and the use of standard costing systems to basically measure and control business performance and to identify the remedial actions. Alright, the next area, Area E, is about assessing the performance of an organization from both a financial and a non-financial viewpoint, appreciating the problems of controlling divisionalized businesses and the importance of allowing for external factors. Area F demonstrates the required employability and technology skills. It is covered through your computer-based exam, since the objective is to make sure you are comfortable navigating your way through basic technology used in everyday work life. This sequence is also built into your course plan in your study room. Let's now consider the exam itself. In terms of how this knowledge of PM is going to be covered in the exam, you will have 3 hours to attempt a 100-mark exam, and you need to score 50% to get the pass mark. Alright, the PM exam is split into 3 sections with 30 marks tested in section A, 30 marks in section B, and the remaining 40 in section C. All questions are compulsory, so make sure you manage your time well and attempt all of them. So section A of the exam is comprised of 15 objective test questions. Each question will be worth 2 marks, and questions may either be narrative or calculative in nature. The mix of questions and the nature of objective test question means that some questions will naturally take longer to answer than others. So manage accordingly. Alright, so for these objective test questions, you either get them right and score the full 2 marks or you score none. The type of objective type questions commonly set in the PM exam can take various forms. Actually, there are 7 types of OTs. The first ones can be multiple choice or multiple response questions. Then you can get a question on selecting the correct answer from a drop-down menu. The questions can take the form of entering the correct answer in a blank space, selecting the right answer on the option displayed, and dragging and dropping the correct answers in the designated space. Alright, a little bit more about Section A. Section A will include questions from the whole performance management syllabus. This means that more than ever, it is important for the students to make sure that they cover the whole syllabus when preparing for the exam. The practice of question spotting, that is trying to predict what will come up in the exam, has always been a dangerous one, and the inclusion of OT questions should put a stop to this for good. Now, as always, it is important that in Section A, students do not spend too much time on any one question that they may be struggling with. It is important to remember that each question is only worth 2 marks at the end of the day. The second section of the exam contains 3 questions comprising 5 objective test items, each worth 2 marks. Therefore, each question is worth a total of 10 marks. These questions will be based around a common scenario or a case study and can come from any area within the given areas of syllabus. There will be a mix of calculative and narrative marks. So similar to the approach of Section A, some of the objective test items within these questions will take longer to answer than the others. So students should focus on spending a total of 18 minutes each on the 3 case questions rather than trying to allocate time to the individual objective test items. All areas of syllabus can be tested here as well. Now this third area of the exam will comprise 2 questions worth 20 marks each. These questions can either be one full 20-mark requirement or broken down into several requirements. These questions will come mainly from syllabus areas C, D, and E, which we already discussed, but may include requirements centered on the learning outcomes in syllabus area A. Unlike Section A and B, which are auto-marked, the Section C questions will still be manually marked, so it continues to be absolutely vital that all workings are shown and assumptions are stated. These questions will lend themselves to a larger written element and will test the student's ability to apply their answer to the context given in the question. It will often be the case here that the requirement asks for some kind of interpretation on the numbers that have been calculated in an earlier part of the question. Candidates should rest assured that the full follow-on marks are given for discussion that follows a candidate's own numbers. If a student feels that they are unable to do the calculations, they will still usually find that they can make some valid observations simply from the data given in the question anyway. Also, the proportion of numbers to words will vary slightly from exam to exam. It is not exactly possible to make a 50:50 in every exam, nor it is deemed important to do this. The mix will change slightly depending on the topics being examined, among other things. Also, a formula sheet is provided with every PM exam. However, the extent to which you may need to use this will vary from exam to exam depending on what is being examined. The response options to answer the question are either going to be the word processor or the spreadsheet. Now I'm going to end this session by wishing you all the best for your PM journey with Skans ECampus. Happy studying.